Hi everyone, this is Vincent Master Bassist, and today I'm going to clean my BC Rich WMD Widow. It hasn't gotten much love recently, it's really dusty and dirty. I need to get new strings for it. I know you all love that body. Just kidding. Most people hate it. That includes you, Alex. You jerk. It was just not as crusty as your LTD was when I had to clean that thing. I had to make a whole video on how to properly maintain your stringed instrument for that. But, mostly just doing this out of boredom. I was playing a game, but, you know, I got a penalty for being inactive. That happens sometimes. Damn, let me just play this real quick. Oh, these strings smell like garbage. Ugh. Yeah. I've been obsessing over my Area Pro 2 so much. I sent a message to Indra Guitars. He worked on Collins guitar from CS Guitars, and he made a bunch of fancy brass parts for it. And I'm gonna try to get him to make me a pickup cover and maybe a bridge cover for my Area Pro 2. That'd be really nice. I have this Area Pro 2 similar to the one that I've been using, or the one I used in the Death cover. That it's in Phantom Blue. It's pretty much identical, but it has different pickups in it. And it looks really nice. I'd like to get it, but money's a bit tight right now. Everybody on quarantine, just switching jobs and stuff. Yeah, it's a real shame. But I'm sure with enough hard work I'll get it. And if I don't get that one, they have another one that's exactly the same model, but in white with gold. That would look really nice too. Then after that, I'd like to work on fixing the Flying V up and getting that one running nice and good. I'd have quite the collection. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to give it all gold hardware and replace the pickups. As far as covers go, I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to do. I want to do a lesson too. I don't know what to do a lesson on though. Maybe some bass techniques or something. Definitely something bass, you know. I've done enough guitar stuff. I want to focus on doing bass stuff because it's my favorite stuff. Guitar stuff is just easier to make to me because guitar parts typically don't have a lot of diversity in them or change, and once you know the main riff or whatever, it becomes kind of easy. And the bass, you know, like, you ever heard of Iron Maiden song? It's nothing but fills half the time. It's just really hard to fucking nail it down. It's another thing I want to continue is the road to the P bass. Don't have a P bass yet. I kind of wimped out and didn't do Iron Maiden covers with the Warlock until I got a P bass. You know, I really should have, but what can I say? This world has a chronic lack of conviction. With my band, Spectre Light, we're on a bit of a hiatus, I'm not gonna lie. I got a second shift job. I really can't get out to practice anymore, but I'm hoping to rectify that after this coronavirus thing. Hopefully we can get back on track, finally get some shows, put out some new songs. Wouldn't that be a miracle? I don't know. I just don't know. I'd really like to get a bass combo amp, but I'm not sure what kind to get right now. I want one that's like portable, but I can still play over a drummer if I need to, because I've really been like trying to get into other bands just to pass the time, like something to jam. But I really need a nice combo because I don't want to take my whole rig everywhere. You know, it mostly stays at John's house, and that's a good spot for it. But yeah, I don't want to have to go all the way over there and get it and take it back. Just a pain. Just a pain. And hopefully, like within this year, I can get a bass made from Halo Guitars. I built this really nice, cool bass on there, and I was like gonna get it, but things kept coming up where I needed to spend money, and it was just really a bad year for buying instruments. Quite a bad year. The most additions I've made to my collection are a new Schecter Apocalypse and an LTD, which I'm trying to sell actually, just because it was like kind of an impulse buy. And I thought maybe I could flip it, you know how that stuff happens. But the Schecter Apocalypse was that was a good buy. I'll end up keeping that for a while, I think. If I get guitars from now on, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have stainless steel frets. I don't care as much on bass, even though I use steel strings, and I probably should care. I just don't. I think once I find somebody who can do frets, I'll probably try to get my favorite basses refretted with steel, which would just make me nice and happy. Never had a bass with stainless steel frets. I'm sure they sound amazing. If I had any more followers or subscribers, I might do like a Q&A, but I don't know, 85 subscribers and only like, I don't know what, 30 of them are active. I don't think I'm going to get any questions. But if I do, I will answer them. So, hoping to turn this from a cover channel into more of a educational channel, more like more originals too. Like when I did that acoustic stuff, like when I could start building my own studio and stuff, I'll be working more on like more developed songs, not just stuff I sat down with acoustic and played a couple chords and did solos over them. I mean, it's fun, but it lacks substance. I like stuff with substance. Clear Black Night had some substance. Not as much as I like, though. I mean, as a band, it's great, but if it was my solo stuff, I would prefer to make like 8 and 10-minute songs with really dramatic lyrics and very thematic lyrics. I'm limited in my band because, you know, we have disagreements. I think fantastical lyrics and themes are really cool, but some people think they're lame. But you know, that's why we come together as a band to make stuff that is derived of all of our ideas. And if I want to make my own stuff, I'll just make my own stuff. I just need to wait for it. This black gloss finish cleans up nice. One problem I do have with this finish though is the neck is painted too. It's neck through, and it gets really sticky, really bad. It reacts with my hands. It gets really sticky fast. Like after one play session, the next time I pick it up, it'll be like, I'm just complaining though. Alright, I was just making sure it's still recording. It is. I don't want to just be sitting here wasting my time talking. That'd be a real shame. So if you need to know what I'm doing, just refer to properly maintaining your stringed instruments. Every bassist should do this. Everybody with a fretboard and a set of strings should do this. You don't want to end up on Glenn Fricker's show. Rule number 2 and all that. And with these ebony fretboards, you really need to hydrate them. They will shrink, and your frets will seem to have grown. They will split the wood. The wood will become very porous in appearance. Do not want that. You want it to be nice and shiny. Get all the bass player grossness off of it. I love basses that have 2 precision pickups. For all those who don't know, this right here, how these are like this. This is called a precision pickup. It's split it in the middle. Normal pickups are straight across, or like really big and straight across. These are 2 little ones. I used to call them 4 pickups because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but these act as 1 unit. Just so you know. I don't much care for the active electronics on this. I prefer active pickups over active electronics, and this has a balance knob on it, and I actually prefer switches. My Warlock bass has my favorite layout. It's so convenient. It's volume, volume switch, volume tone, I think, but it could also be volume switch tone. I'm pretty sure it's volume switch, volume tone. And you don't see that set up on basses, though. It's usually these balance knobs. I really don't like that. Another thing that went out of style that I hate is pickup covers and bridge covers. I think with today's aesthetics and technology, they could look really cool, but they just kind of fizzled out. And now we're stuck with vintage reissues that look like they have ashtrays on them. I think a really futuristic engraved one would look very nice. That's why I've commissioned Indra Guitars to try to draft me one. Hopefully we can work together and come up with something really nice. But with this virus and all that, I think it's really disrupting his work. So it'll probably be a while. That's okay though. I am patient. For anybody wondering how one of these looks in the bridge area, here's how they do it. Just a big piece of wood right here with the bridge mounted. I think it's cool. It makes it look like it's floating there, kind of. You don't really see these big long basses that often. This one's 35-inch scale, extra long. I like the tension it puts on the strings. Don't give me multi-scale. Don't give me medium scale. I want it to hurt to play. I want to have tendonitis. I want it to break my wrist when I play. Feel like I'm one with the instrument. None of this sissy short scale. I can reach every fret. Do your hand stretches. Quit being a baby. The nerve of some people. As you can see, I am quite liberal with the polish here. You know, you want it to shine nice and good. I don't care about the back as much as I do the front. I just do this so the acid doesn't eat the finish off. But I know it's just going to get printed up anyway, so mostly just focus on the front. So I've I've been trying to condense my collection of bases down from a bunch to a smaller amount of more high quality bases. I'm trying to get a lot of Japanese ones, but not like Fender copies made in Japan. I'm talking about like some high end, like some vintage BC Rich Japanese, some Area Pro 2, things like that. Just things that are overlooked because everybody wants an American Fender. But I like Japanese basses more. It's easier to work with metric tools. Even though I don't like the metric system, I think they're important to use on precision instruments and weapons. But for everyday use, screw the metric system. But Japanese instruments are my favorite. They're relatively cheap. The Japanese are hard workers. They put a lot of craftsmanship into their stuff. Almost more than Americans, I would say, with this recent Gibson stuff. And then that video I saw of the Jackson Soloist custom shop, that was very horribly done. That is one clean instrument. Nice, huh? I don't have any strings for it yet, but I will. I'll get some. The shell. I'll take this time to show off the Schecter. Here's the Schecter Apocalypse. Got it for about $600 a while back. It's very nice. Set through neck. Walnut and carbon fiber reinforcements. Apocalypse pickups that are clear. A hip shot bridge. Coil splits on both pickups. 24 frets. Lumen lays. Glow in the dark. South Korean construction. 3-way switch. Stainless steel frets, which was awesome. So I put steel strings on them. They just sound so nice to me. Well, I suppose that's where I get off. This is the longest video I've ever done. It's going to take like 8 years to upload. See y'all later.